Okay, so welcome back, and now we're going to start talking about the sum and difference formulas for tangent, and here they are. Okay, so I'm going to derive the first one, but it's really straightforward, except there's one little piece that they have to watch out for that's not obvious what to do. So here's what you're going to do. You're just going to use the quotient identity for tangent. That's really all you're going to do, and then you're going to simplify things. So if I do this one, I just start by saying, okay, well write these down. So I'm going to erase this, just give myself enough room. But again, I'm going to do the one for this one, but the other one is done similarly. It's just flipped. But you still have to work it out similarly because you come out with a slightly different answer. So if I start with tangent alpha plus beta, then I just use the quotient identity and just write this as sine alpha plus beta over cosine of alpha plus beta, right? And now I'm just going to use the formulas for these, right? So this is going to be sine alpha cosine beta plus sine beta cosine alpha. And then the bottom is just going to be, the same, right? So it's going to be cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta. Okay? And so that's what you're going to start with. And now, this is the part that's not intuitive. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide the top and the bottom by cosine alpha cosine beta. Okay? So what's that going to look like? That's going to look like this. So it's going to be sine, so sine alpha cosine beta plus sine beta cosine alpha, all divided by cosine alpha cosine beta. And then we have the denominator. So that's going to be cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha, sine alpha sine beta, all divided by cosine alpha cosine beta. So all I did was really multiply by a form of 1. Okay, so all I did was divide the top and the bottom by the same thing, cosine alpha cosine beta. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to split these up into fractions, then notice what cancels. Okay, so this is going to split up into sine alpha cosine beta over cosine alpha cosine beta plus sine beta cosine alpha over cosine alpha cosine beta. And then the bottom does similarly. So this is going to be cosine alpha cosine beta over cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta over cosine alpha cosine beta. So now here's where we're going to cancel some things out. So cosine beta here cancels the cosine beta there. Cosine alpha cancels the cosine alpha there. This whole thing cancels, right? Everything cancels here. And nothing cancels here. And so what do we end up with? We end up with sine alpha over cosine alpha plus sine beta over cosine beta. Okay? And then in the bottom, we've got 1 minus sine alpha. So it'd be, we could write this as sine alpha over cosine alpha, right? Sine alpha over cosine alpha times the ratio of sine beta over cosine beta, right? So now, what happens to the top? Well, the top is just what? The top is sine, it becomes what? It becomes tangent alpha plus, or excuse me, yeah, tangent alpha plus tangent beta. And the bottom becomes 1 minus tangent alpha times tangent beta, which is exactly what we have up here. And that's it. Have a great day.